The African savanna looks peaceful beneath the sun, wide skies, golden grass, endless horizons. But this calm is an illusion. Here, every sound matters, every shadow carries meaning, and fear is not weakness, it is survival. This is a land ruled not just by strength, but by instinct. Welcome to wild instinct, fear on the savanna. The savanna is one of the most dangerous ecosystems on Earth. A vast open stage where the drama of life and death plays out every single day. From the sky, it might look serene, a tranquil sea of grass bathed in golden light. But on the ground, it's a world of constant vigilance, a landscape defined by an ever-present tension. Predators and prey share the same open ground, with little cover and nowhere to hide. This shared space creates a unique psychological battlefield. Every shadow could conceal a threat, every rustle in the grass could signal an impending attack. The hunters must be patient and strategic, while the hunted must be perpetually alert, their senses honed to detect the slightest sign of danger. Fear shapes every behavior. When animals feed, it is never a relaxed affair. Each mouthful is punctuated by a nervous glance, a scan of the horizon. Where they sleep is a calculated risk, chosen for the best possible vantage point or the safety of the herd, because true rest is a luxury few can afford. How they move is a testament to this reality, often in tightly coordinated groups where many eyes are better than two. And who survives long enough to pass on their genes is determined not just by strength or speed, but by the ability to manage this constant, underlying current of fear. It is the ultimate evolutionary pressure. In this environment, hesitation can be fatal. A split-second delay in reacting to a threat is the difference between life and death. The instinct to flee must be immediate, hardwired into their very being. But panic can be just as deadly. A stampede triggered by a false alarm can lead to exhaustion, injury, or separation from the herd, leaving individuals vulnerable. An uncontrolled reaction is a wasted opportunity for survival. The animals that thrive here are not fearless. They are masters of controlled fear. They have learned to live on a knife's edge, to harness their fear as a tool. It keeps them sharp, focused, and alive. It is a sophisticated dance of risk assessment, where instinct and experience combine to navigate a world built on fear. Zebras survive by staying together. Their striped patterns confuse predators during a chase, making it difficult to single out one target. But their greatest weapon is awareness. Ears rotate constantly. Eyes scan in all directions. The moment one zebra senses danger, the entire herd reacts. Fear spreads instantly, a shared alarm system powered by instinct. Wildebeest, strength through movement. Standing still invites death. During migration, fear drives millions forward as one restless force. Predators strike constantly, yet the herd surges on. Not all survive, but fear ensures the species endures. Gazelles, speed as survival. They don't wait to confirm danger. At the first hint, they leap. This early burst, forged by fear, buys seconds, often life itself. In the theatre of the wild, the most potent weapon isn't always tooth or claw. For apex predators like the lion, the hunt begins long before the chase. It starts in the mind of their prey. Lions wield fear as a weapon, a psychological tool honed over millennia of evolutionary warfare. They are masters of atmosphere, manipulating the very landscape to their advantage. They are experts at managing distance, using the vastness of the savanna not as an obstacle, but as a stage. From a hidden vantage point, a lioness will watch a herd for hours, her gaze a palpable weight across the open plain. She isn't just looking for a target, she's studying behavior, assessing the herd's collective mood, and waiting for the precise moment of vulnerability. They also manipulate visibility to tip prey into error. The tall grass that offers concealment for the hunter also creates a wall of uncertainty for the hunted. Every rustle of the wind, every shadow that shifts, becomes a potential threat. This constant, low-level anxiety wears down the prey's defenses, making them prone to misjudgment. A nervous glance, a hesitant step. These are the cracks the lion looks for. Silent stalks are their signature, a terrifying ballet of patience and power. These are punctuated by sudden strikes, explosions of speed that seem to come from nowhere. In every calculated move, their aim is panic. They understand a fundamental truth of group dynamics. Panic collapses coordination faster than claws do. A unified herd is a fortress, its sheer numbers a formidable defense. But a herd in terror is just a collection of terrified individuals. A scattering herd breaks formation, its protective structure disintegrating in an instant. This chaos is the goal, exposing the weak and the wounded, the young, the old, the unlucky. In that moment of collective breakdown, the geometry of safety dissolves into targets. The herd is no longer a single entity, but a field of opportunities. Fear shatters order. Broken order opens opportunity. This is the core principle of the hunt. Predation is psychology applied at speed. It's a high-stakes chess match where one side is playing for its life. For the cheetah, the master of acceleration, this psychological game is compressed into a few heart-stopping moments. Cheetahs measure fear in seconds. The number of heartbeats to sprint, the razor-thin margins to intercept. But this incredible speed comes at a cost. Every chase drains precious energy, a finite resource that can't be wasted. A failed hunt is not just a missed meal, it's a step closer to exhaustion and starvation. So they wait for hesitation. They watch for the flicker of indecision in a gazelle's eye, the slight pause that betrays a moment of doubt. In the economy of the chase, doubt is the cheapest trap. A stumble, a wrong turn. These are not random accidents. They are the physical manifestations of a mind overloaded by terror. In this way, fear chooses the victim. The selection happens before contact. The chase is merely the confirmation of a decision already made by fear itself. Other predators employ different psychological tactics. Hyenas hunt with numbers and with noise. Their strategy is not one of stealth, but of overwhelming sensory assault. They are masters of engineering atmosphere as a tactic. A pack silhouetted on a ridge at dusk is a primal image of dread, a deliberate broadcast of intent. Their eerie laughter, a complex series of whoops and giggles, broadcasts presence and power. It's a sonic weapon designed to unnerve and intimidate. This disquieting chorus travels for miles, ensuring that sound widens shadows and magnifies threat long before the pack is ever seen. The psychological pressure can be so immense that sometimes fear alone makes stronger animals yield their ground, or even their kill. Whether through silent stalking or a cacophony of terror, the principle remains the same. The mind moves the body before teeth ever do. In this economy, terror is the currency, the invisible force that dictates the flow of life and death across the plains. It is a brutal, efficient system of exchange, and nature keeps perfect accounts. Fear is not emotion alone. It is a primal force, a legacy written in the very code of life. It is a complex symphony of survival, conducted deep within the body's most ancient pathways. At its heart, it is chemistry. The brain's sentinel, the amygdala, perceives a threat and sounds the alarm. Instantly, a cascade of hormones is unleashed into the bloodstream, a potent cocktail designed for a single purpose: survival. When danger appears, whether as a flicker of movement in the periphery or a scent carried on the wind, the body prepares for the ultimate test. Adrenaline floods the system, a biological supercharger. The heart hammers, pumping oxygen-rich blood to the limbs. Muscles tense, coiling like springs, ready to explode into motion, to fight or to flee. Senses sharpen to an almost painful acuity. Pupils dilate to capture every photon of light. Every sound, every scent is magnified and analyzed. Reaction time accelerates. The gap between perception and action shrinks to a fraction of a second. This is an ancient circuit, refined over eons of life and death struggles. Evolution is an unforgiving editor. Those who feared correctly, whose bodies responded with perfect, instantaneous precision, lived to pass on their genes. Those who didn't, vanished from the gene pool, their stories ending here, on the blood-soaked plains. As darkness falls, fear deepens. The familiar world dissolves into a realm of shadow and ambiguity. For diurnal creatures, vision weakens, their greatest sensory advantage nullified by the coming night. With the fading light, predators gain advantage. The night belongs to hearing, to the snap of a twig that signals a hunter's misstep. It belongs to scent, to the faint metallic tang of a predator upwind, and it belongs to tremors in the ground, the subtle vibrations of heavy paws moving with deadly intent. Lions become shadows, their golden coats melting into the dried grass. Hyenas roam freely, their whooping calls echoing across the plains, a chilling chorus of the hunt. In response, prey cluster tightly, finding fragile safety in numbers. Each body is a sentinel for the others, a collective shield against the encroaching dark. They are sleeping lightly, a state of suspended vigilance, ready to flee at the slightest disturbance. Night on the savannah is not rest. It is a 12-hour test of nerve. It is endurance. Fear maintains balance on the savannah. Predators prevent overpopulation. Prey remain strong. Prey remain alert. The ecosystem stays healthy. Remove fear, and the system collapses. Here, fear is not cruelty. It is order. As dawn breaks, golden light over the grass, survivors emerge. Some limping, some wounded, some forever changed. Fear has done its job. On the savannah, courage alone is not enough. It is instinct, sharpened by fear, that keeps life moving forward. Fear shapes every step on the savannah. It decides who runs and who falls. If you want more true stories from the raw heart of the wild, subscribe to Nature's Chronicles. Because in nature, instinct decides everything.